I've been meaning to play this for a while. I don't think I'm going to finish it today, obviously. It's a long enough game that that's not going to happen. But just kind of felt like playing something with a good soundtrack that isn't going to kill me over and over again like Crusader No Remorse did. So, this, if you're not familiar with Symphony of the Night, it was, oh, alright, just enough space. Yeah, this is, a Castlevania that was on, PlayStation. There was a release on Saturn that only came out in Japan, but it was. I'm pretty sure it was pretty much the first time that Castlevania kind of got Metroidized, in the sense that it was what do you call it? In the sense that it was like exploration adventure as opposed to like a straight up action game. Lots of secrets poking around and stuff. I've played through this game a few times. It's fun. It's got a good soundtrack, so I'll try to mostly stay quiet once we actually get to things like what's appearing just now. Yeah. So I'm not particularly good at this game. I'm not particularly knowledgeable about all the cool tricks and stuff that can be done. I just like playing it. It's got really smooth control, excellent music, and I mean, Super Metroid was one of my favorite games of all time. Is one of my favorite games of all time. And this one matches up to it in a lot of ways, which just make it an absolute joy to play.
Die, monster! You don't belong in this world!
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
See, I'm just not very good at it, honestly. You got the whip mechanics from Castlevania 4. Oh, dang it. Oh, and oh, right, you can hit those fireballs. I always forget about that. You just kind of hold the square button a little bit. So one of the issues with this game is that if you take a lot of hits. Ooh, oh, whoa. Was there a trail on that hit me? Weird. The more damage you take against Dracula here, it affects the way that the rest of the game, or the way that your stats end up starting. Dang it. So if you take too much damage, she comes out, charges you up, and yeah, you can't actually die in this fight.
No, it cannot be!
I probably should have just stayed still. I was trying to slide under him, but I forgot the controls. So we get a nice little title crawl. And this is, we're going to be playing as a la carte. So, one of the cool things about this game is that they added a lot more RPG elements to it compared to, say, Super Metroid. So there's exploration, but there's also level building and all that good stuff. And actually, an equipment system, which I think that might have been pretty much a first for Castlevania? Oh. Anyway, here comes the good music, so I'm gonna shut up. Dang it.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again. What?
And so now is when the real game begins. All of my equipment taken. Now there's a way to avoid that. But I don't want to worry with too many tricks or goofy stuff in this one. I just want to kind of chill. So one other interesting thing is that they put in the those whip physics for the Richter thing, and unfortunately, Alucard doesn't really use the whip physics at all. All right, these are save points. They also restore your health. And you may notice that I grabbed a red rust, but there's even like weapons that are like two-handed and flails and all kinds of different stuff. And weapons have different timings and stuff like that. There we go. So it's actually a surprisingly complex system. Here's our first item, relic, Cube of Zoe. That makes candles drop stuff when you hit them down. There's even, like, okay, so there's a horizontal slash. There's a horizontal slash from crouching, and there's a horizontal downward slash. There's a lot of little bits in the control. It's nice. There's our loading screen. Oh, another thing I'm just gonna note is that there's spells here. We don't have any recipes for those yet. There's a bunch of relics, and they usually like help you get across the game world, basically. Its own button. So circle is left hand and square is right hand. It's kind of funny that it asks you to overwrite the data because you can't like swap save slots under normal conditions. Now, there's a trick here. And it didn't work because this guy was here. But if you're actually careful and quick, you can hop on this as it comes down, and then hop up there and just barely make it. That gives you a Basilard. It's a nice little weapon. So the cool thing about the Basilard, it's very fast. It's a little shorter, though. There's our first sub-weapon. normal Castlevania thing. And our first secret. There are secrets like that all throughout the game, and not all of them are that easy to see. Oh, and there's even... You can even do a... like a... Careful. No. Oh, that's how you do it. Right, there's a trick. A little mild puzzle solving. Oh, and the other thing, map. The castle's huge. Each room counts as approximately 1/10 of 1%. That's each screen. They kind of put a bunch of save points right at the beginning while you're still getting your feet wet. Later on, it gets much more infrequent. Oh boy. Dang it. I'll go with the axe. First, I'll just show one thing off. So there's even like locked doors and stuff. So, like if I go up here, it says magically sealed. So I'll need to find the right item to open that up for me. Alright. And they get you sometimes this way. They just throw you into a boss room and you don't realize it. Whoa. Did something there. Okay. And there's a little life max up thing. This, I think... Yeah, this brings us down. So that sound... That sound was in the earlier Castlevania games. Slight increase in defense, slight decrease in intelligence. Some things that you equip actually do show up in like, Alucard's appearance. Nope, nope, nope. Dang it! I just wanted to show off the hold up your cape thing. But the sprite work in this game is just incredible. Like, just expressive, colorful, lots of frames of animation. So that gets us back there, but that's not exactly where we want to go quite yet. I wish we could make this thing go faster. It's funny because there's a lot of elevators in this game, but I don't think any of the other ones make that sound. I think this is another save point. Yeah. Fortunately, they're usually good enough to throw you save points right before bosses. Usually. Oh, here's a new item. I don't know that this appeared in earlier Castlevania games, but it's basically a crystal that reflects off walls and ceilings. Not a lot of damage, but useful in certain situations. Oh, these guys. You also notice that it takes 2 hearts instead of 1. Each weapon has its own ups and downs. Here's another one. I like this weapon a lot. This is, I think they're holy ashes or something like that. It just makes some stuff that appears that you throw on the ground. Some basically dust that you throw on the ground that constantly damages enemies. It's kind of similar to the holy water, but a little bit more time intensive. A lot of hit points. So there's one, you may remember, there was a spot that I didn't go to. Let's head over there real quick. So whenever you grab a new sub-weapon, you drop the previous one so that you can like swap back if you feel like it. But in small quarters like this, it's tough to get away from the one that you don't want. And for that purpose, that X button, or triangle button, sorry. You can do this backward dash. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna here. I wasn't sure which way was the way that you're supposed to go and which way was the special thing. lot of RPGs, you don't get things like this. But here we go. Capes. First cape, cloth, shabby looking, but functional. And each cape has a different set of colors and stuff. It's actually a nice little thing that adds to the game a little bit. Oh, and then I was gonna come back down this way anyway, right? Or no, what I can do... Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this up. Now, one thing that is missing from this game is a wall jump. But not quite. That was one of the things where if you knew about the wall jump in Super Metroid, you could just basically break the game by knowing about it. I missed it. Oh, I missed it. A little harder than it looks. Seriously? It might be faster to do it this way. Here he goes. There we go. I like the fact that it's just a cannon pointing at a wall. like, why would you set this up? And it's like, it's not like that's like a common thing where they have a bunch of them for... I just don't understand that architectural design. Yeah, this is a classic. A lot of games have tried to imitate it, and there have been some successes. There's that game that came out recently, Bloodstained or something? Oh yeah, the soundtrack is amazing. So, I actually, way back in the day, I picked up the OST on CD. It's worth it if you can find a copy. There are a few tracks that I'm not a huge fan of, but they are few and far between. Yeah, the Castlevania series has been a big source of excellent soundtracks. Alright, this is where we wanted to get to. So, this red door means that we're headed to a new area. Yeah, this and Mega Man are both good. They both have really good soundtracks, but very different styles. It also helps that there's like a million of each series, so long-running series like that, when you get... It's amazing that they've had hits that much. I mean, it's true that this was made in an area where no one hated Konami. I mean, maybe that's not really true. I mean, there's probably some people that hated Konami, always, but now they've just been really... I don't know. I don't know who's in charge there and what they're thinking. No, I mean, even years ago, I would hear people talk about how, oh, this game's not as good as people say it is, and such and such. It's like, it's pretty good. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid was another big one. Can't reach that quite yet. Capcom's been doing pretty well recently. I haven't played them, but I've heard that those Resident Evil remakes are amazing. And I mean, I have the first Resident Evil remake that was for GameCube back in the day, and that was really nice. You know, gameplay elements added, smoother gameplay. Yes. They've got solid graphics. It's pretty amazing. Those things can curse you if they hit you sometimes and you can't attack. Yeah, that's a good point. Capcom has never been like super high-level graphic stuff, but nowadays they're doing really well. Well, Squaresoft... I don't know about Graphic King. I mean, Squaresoft has always had really beautiful art design, but like, I wouldn't say that their graphics have always been super cutting edge, I guess. Like, if you look at the original Final Fantasy, it has good art design, things look good, and so on and so forth, but then, like, if you look at Final Fantasy 15, or they've done a really good job of making the art. Vagrant Story. That's the one with, that guy where you're... I always confuse it with, Vandal Hearts. Vagrant Story looked really good. I don't know if it looked like some of the early PS2 games, because... You know, like, you could tell that the resolution was a little different, but, yeah. Vagrant Story looked really good. I have a copy of that. I should play through it one of these days. Yeah, Vandal Hearts is Konami. And Vandal Hearts 2 as well. It's a ripoff in the sense that it's also a turn-based strategy game. But it's a very different style of turn-based strategy game. Whereas Tactics is very methodically paced. Vandal Hearts is a lot more kind of like faster paced, I guess. It's closer to like a Fire Emblem's, closer to a Fire Emblem kind of pacing. I mean, you're right that the soundtrack was kind of similar, but I mean, it's a standard fantasy soundtrack. I'm not going to complain too much about Konami's work on fantasy soundtracks because Suikoden was a thing at the same time. And Suikoden had some of the best soundtracks in, you know, in fantasy RPG ever. We're back here. This isn't where I wanted to go. Yeah, the first Suikoden is good, the second Suikoden is good. 3 was really good. 4 was kind of the black sheep of the series, but I still played through it. And then 5 was also really good. I think the second Suikoden had the best like, character development. In order to get the full taste of Suikoden 2, you have to play through the whole thing. You can't decide in a couple of hours. Yeah, the DS game was it Tear Crease, I think? I have that too. It's decent, but it's like one of the four-person party ones, so there's a lot less customization. It's not a bad game, but it doesn't have the same magic. The villains in Suikoden were always really well put together. Like, it was like, you know, the first one, it was basically the king, but also, well, I don't want to spoil it for people, right? It's pretty obvious who's the enemy in the first hour or so of Suikoden, but like... Suikoden had... For the number of characters in Suikoden, the number of them that were cool in some way was surprisingly high. Yeah, Chrono Cross had a big cast. Unfortunately, there was something about the way that game played or something that I could just never get into it. And the other thing about Chrono Cross is that it felt like a lot of the characters just kind of tacked on. I don't know. Maybe I'll play Chrono Cross one of these days, because I really do need to go through it.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again, if you live that long. Farewell.
Alright, yeah, Chrono Trigger is one of the top games of all time. It's amazing. You're absolutely right. And Chrono Cross had a hard time to succeed it. But I mean, even on its own, like, merits, like, I managed to play through Final Fantasy VII. I didn't think it compared very well to 6. But I played through it. With Chrono Cross, there's something about the way that the leveling system works, the battle system works, that just doesn't do it for me. However, I will say that Chrono Cross has an excellent soundtrack. And it's worth checking out, even just for that reason. Here's something new. So this is the book, and it's like a spinning shield. Just get it once to show off. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not bad sometimes. As you can see, it's not doing anything to those chairs. There's a switch over here that I can hit. I'm glad that there's so many really good games out there. Just, you know, if I feel like playing genre X or genre Y, there's always something good. That way, I need the key. horrifying. And the way they explode is awesome. So Rayman is pretty good. I played through a chunk of the first one on PlayStation. The first, well, was it the first GBA Fire Emblem? Or was it just only the first one that came out here? What was it? Rekka no Ken? The Sword of Flames or something like that? They just call it Fire Emblem here because it was the first one to get local. Oh, I hate these things. This is such a nice touch. You get turned to stone and you have to, like, kick out of it. Ah. Yeah, I'll switch over to X. Oh, you can see the eyeballs in the background there. There's a lot of nice touches in the backgrounds in this game. Here's the outer wall. Now going downward is a bad idea at first, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because these knights show up. And they will basically ruin you at this point in the game. We're gonna go back up. The direction to go to start is up. Dude, you can't ring that bell. So here's our next boss. And I think... yeah. It's a clone. Used up literally all my hearts. Let's see. Now if I go down that way, I'll just end up getting... can't open that yet either. I do not like those Donkey Kong things. Need a longer range weapon to hit him. Yeah. Can I... Oh, I got a new weapon. I didn't even notice. Those snipers are not messing around. Don't take hits from them, especially this early in the game. The gold ones will petrify you, so watch out. Oops, dang it. Same one hit me 3 times. Boom. Oh, not quite. One more. There we go. No, I want that heart. Oh yeah, there's that. It's a Toho fan game called Luna Knight. It's yeah, very much like this. Only you play as a Toho character who's known for being able to stop time. There we go. The same company, Ladybug, just released one that's based on Record of Lodoss Wars. Okay, so here's a cool relic. Soul of Wolf. And what that allows us to do... is turn into, well, a wolf. Also, I'm really low on health. Oh boy. Can't take another one of those. And I'm dead. Oof. Yeah, thanks. You can really get in over your head before you realize it in this game. I think I have to refight that boss. Yup. That's a shame. Okay, here we go again. Unfortunately. I forgot he could do that. That's actually kind of a neat preview because you get the ability to do that later in the game. But not yet. I like the way that there's a mechanism to, like, reclose the thing off to the mirror once the doppelganger's dead. It's like, who installed that? Here's my new sword. There we go. I mean, there's still quite a few games around that have traditional boss fights. I mean, that Bloodstained game does. There are a lot of games that are just trying to make everything boss fights, or stuff like that. I can see where you're coming from. I like From Software games. I am not nearly skilled enough to play their stuff. Like, just in general. I tried playing Dark Souls 2 because it was quote-unquote the easy one, and I'm just not good enough. I don't know. The boss fights in that game, in those games, are indeed epic. I've seen, even though I haven't played the games myself, I've seen several of the boss fights, and they're pretty amazing. Amazing enough that you would imagine that your character could never actually beat them. I would love to see a new Castlevania from the Bloodborne team. That'd be pretty friggin' amazing. That's another game that I have a copy of, but I haven't actually put it on my PS4 because I don't have enough disk space. What's up here? I'm gonna go this way. Death and Dracula with PS5 graphics, yes. Yes, indeed. There were the Lords of Shadow games on PS3. Those were pretty nice, or at least the first one was. I will take non-orchestra epic music. I will take any epic music of any genre that you like. As long as it's epic. This is a good track. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Fuji, he's the guy from the famous E3 2010 comic. I'll have to look him up. I actually don't know who you're talking about. Okay, so I can't get across here yet. I need a double jump. Oh, that sucks. He died a year ago? Ugh. It's always so sad to see those guys. Like, it's always so untimely. Not to say that it's ever, like, timely, but you know what I mean? Like, so-and-so died and he's, like, 35 or something. I'll have to look up his stuff, because he sounds like he's worth looking up. Oh, this is... I forgot about this. Teleporters. Yeah, so the only one we get access to is the one right near the beginning of the game. There are new people coming into game development. I mean, you're right that some people who've been game developing since the 80s are pretty up there these days. But I mean, like, there are some people who, like, they're like 50, and you're like, I'm sorry, you had you live in Japan and you had a heart attack or something. And it's like you're 3 minutes from a hospital. It's like unbelievable sometimes. One example was Gunpei Yokoi, the guy who was like the head producer of Super Metroid. His like car broke down and he got hit by a car. It's like that's how the guy that made Super, one of the main guys in charge of putting together Super Metroid goes out. Yeah, I mean, we just people. That's one thing. That's one of the things I like so much about some of the people in game design these days. They make these homage products that are just so, they're like perfectly designed to make. What am I trying to say? Bring back the spirit of the, or done for. In honor of these designers. Yeah, Hollow Knight's a good example of that. Because there's also a lot of people that are like super against doing like homage or like not totally new stuff in games. And sometimes you just want to play something that's, well made and a little bit familiar, but kind of a little new too. I hate these things. Yeah, that's true. It can be very hard to make a good homage. I'm not denying that. The thing about Wizardry is that the games aren't really homages. They're like, hey, they stopped making these games entirely, so I guess we have to do it. It's not like anybody in Wizardry, like, passed away, right? It's just that nobody wants to make, first-person dungeon crawlers. Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX was... That's another one of those games that I couldn't really get into. And it stinks because the first time I played it, I got through to like the third disc before I like moved and lost my memory card or something like that. And I haven't been able to get through it since, despite trying a couple of times. Yeah, the thing about game making is that even if you really like games, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be good at designing one. This is something that I've struggled with a little bit too, because when I was a kid, I always wanted to make games, and like, it's hard. Like, there's just so much that goes into it. Pillars of Eternity 2. I'll have to check that out. I liked Baldur's Gate back in the day. I have, a copy on GOG. I played quite a bit. And I actually had the old... here's the scene.
It's been a long time, old one.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
All right.
I'm interested in this.
So
Thank you.
you may have seen that I've been collecting all these sacks of coins, and this is why. Let's see.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll have to pick up a copy of Pillars of Eternity 2. I mean, I guess it's the same team. I don't know enough about it to you know, say anything.
Thank you. Thank you. Farewell for now.
One of those games from that I've always meant to play is what was that? Planescape Torment was a game that I heard had really good like story build, world building and stuff. Yeah, the old BioWare. But I heard that Planescape Torment was really good, and I've been meaning to play it, but I haven't gotten a chance yet. I have to hit that one up. We've got here. Oh, these guys. Oh, they hurt. Oh, there's so much history that I don't know about that stuff. I guess that helps explain Mass Effect 3, huh? So, one quick thing. What did we get? We got the Fairy Scroll. Oh, it just displays the enemy's name. I thought that was something else. Eventually we'll get familiars. You can see there, familiars. Oh, and I bought a spellbook, which gives me Street Fighter style stuff. Cursed. The Witcher series is pretty good. I mean, I'm not gonna... I'm not gonna throw any shade at Witcher 3 at least. That's the one that I've played so far. I have the other one, you know, I have a stack of games that I've never played, but I bought because it's like, it was on sale. Oh, really? I didn't know that about, That's interesting. Demon's Crest was a lot of fun. I have that on Super Nintendo. That's a really good game. Yeah, Demon's Crest was kind of... It was, it had a lot of hidden stuff that you had to, like, hunt for, and that was a lot of fun. Yeah, atmosphere was definitely one of the big things in Demon's Crest. Like, the first opening, when you fight that dragon, and, you know, it's like one of those fights where you're not supposed to... It's one of those fights where, like, you think you're almost thinking that maybe it's not a fight you're supposed to win, and then you do win. Yeah, the skeleton dragon, and then you do win. You get out of the arena, and the skeleton dragon busts through the door of the arena to take one more shot at you. It was that was a really cool moment. There was another game for Super Nintendo that had a lot of really good atmosphere. It was called Blackthorn. It was actually by Blizzard, I think. And it was like Prince of Persia plus a shotgun. Dang it. Because ActRaiser had really good atmosphere. The second one, I don't know, I kind of like the simulation stuff in like the town building thing from the first one. And so when they took that out of the second one, I was like, eh. But they're both good games. I'd have to go back and listen to it to remember whether it... But you're probably right. There was a lot of good music in ActRaiser. Okay, now we can open these because I bought that jewel of opening or whatever. Oh, really? I'll have to look them up. I try to remember those names sometimes if I can, but... Oh, Portrait of Ruin! I think that's one of the ones I haven't actually played. I played the one on Game Boy Advance. Circle of the Moon? Yeah, Circle of the Moon was really good, but really hard near the end. Ugh. I still have one of the old GBAs without the light. It is such a pain in the butt to play that game, that system. When the Game Boy Advance SP, the little ones with the flip open thing, when those came out, that was such a blessing. It was a really early GBA game. Yeah, and it started out in free in Catacombs. And the thing about that game was that all the sprites were so small. Like your what was the character who was in that you were playing as? One of the Belmonts. It was like, 6 pixels tall and 3 pixels wide or something ridiculous like that. A lot of frames of animation, but just not a lot to work with. Yeah, I forget his name though. I'll have to look it up. I still have my copy of Circle of the Moon somewhere. Wasn't a Belmont. Oh, you're right. Like there was a Belmont, and you played as the not Belmont. Nathan Graves. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Oh, now I remember. And he wasn't a Belmont, but like he appeared with a Belmont at the start of the game, and then they just got separated or something. It was kind of like one of those story things where like. They gave Nathan the vampire killer whip because he was like the apprentice or something, and the Belmont that he was supposed to be working with got you know, like angry over that, something like that. See, I never had a Genesis as a kid, and so I never played any of the Genesis stuff for the most part. And then those Castlevania games on Genesis are so expensive these days. Wait. Oh, he's not there yet. Okay, hold on, we got this. Maybe we don't, actually. Jump to get over there. Yeah, well, I think that it was one of the Castlevania games that didn't actually come out here in the U.S., like Bloodlines or something, wasn't it? And it didn't come out here until way later. I could be mistaken about that, but Rondo of Blood, that's right. I think that one's available on like the PlayStation Network or something these days.
I'll take you to a place which might be interesting for you.
Yeah, it was a PSP remake that got ported over to the PlayStation Store or whatever. Original Castlevania too. New Mr. Driller. Ooh, I like that. Mr. Driller is one of my favorite puzzle games, practically of all time. Okay, so I just got... Is that the item that I wanted? Not that. The merman statue. It's not. It's not at all what I wanted. Dang it! So there was Mr. Driller 2 on the GBA, which was pretty fun. Then there was Drill Spirits on the DS, and Mr. Driller 2 was hard. Like the original Mr. Driller was pretty tough to get through the 5,000 foot. Yes, the Dreamcast version was the best. Well, I mean, it was the best version of the original one. There was a PlayStation version, which was almost as good. Choo-Choo Rocket. I never played that. It was like a puzzle game where you had to like direct mice into a rocket ship and avoid a cat or something. I thought I saw a video of it or something. The Sega CD had a lot of really cool stuff on it. It was so expensive back in the day, though. Like, I just couldn't... I couldn't get my parents to buy me one. It's kind of sad that Sega went out of the hardware business, but at the same time, like if they're just gonna make the same games only for other companies' systems, I'm kind of okay with that. They I never played. I saw a friend of mine play it. I think Puffle Mail was really cool. Puffle Mail was on everything. Legend of Oasis is another good one. Yes. There's a blue aura further up. So Lunar was on every system too. So thankfully it wasn't like a exclusive. I think I have both Lunars on the PlayStation. And I hear that the ports aren't perfect, but at the same time... Sonic CD, heck yeah. Back when Sonic games were usually good. A friend of mine took a copy of Sonic City and replaced all of the music tracks with what was that, Ice Level in Sonic 3 remixes? Yeah. Ice Cap Zone or something? Well, it was the one where you had to do, like, time travel or something, right? So, like, there was different soundtracks for each level. Oh, they were different for the Japanese and American version. I didn't know that. Well, with remixes, all you have to do is, like, go to OC Remix, and there's, like, 40 Ice Cap remixes. Well, the thing about OC Remix is that they're at least curated, so, like, it's probably only, like, 40. There was another site, what was it, like VGmusic.com or something, that didn't curate their remixes, and so you could get all kinds of garbage on there. You know, I've heard that too, that Michael Jackson composed that one. I don't know whether it's true or not, but it's kind of an interesting tidbit. Uh-oh. Oh, it's Maria.
So, we meet again, Alucard.
It seems so.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle is different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
So I can't trust my memories, huh? Oh well, I'll do my best. Good luck.
Possibly he composed a lot of Sonic 3 music. I did not know that. Sonic and Knuckles was a really cool idea at the time. Because you could, like, play Sonic and Knuckles, or you could hook up Sonic 3 to it. Yes. A lot of really good music, too. I mean, the Sonic series has always had kind of I wouldn't say it's always been, like, the best soundtracks, but, like, they've had some pretty good runs. And I have to admit that I even kind of like the ridiculous rock music stuff from the Sonic Adventure series. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. Oh yeah, this is another one of the really great tracks in this game. Like, just memorable and... yeah, live and learn. Like, that stuff at least had, like, some kind of... what's the word? Like, redeeming quality to it, whereas, like, I watched a Let's Play of Sonic 06, and they have, like, that horrible end song for Shadow the Hedgehog. It's like, oh, the lyrics are even more horrible, like, to a ridiculous degree. This thing. Whoa. It does that. It does that. I'm just gonna pass this thing by. Sonic has just been too hit or miss. I haven't really actually sat down and played a Sonic game in a while. There was that, what was it called? It was like a Sonic fan game almost, or that came out on like PS4 and stuff. I have that. And it was like a throwback to the old platforming and stuff. Sonic Mania, that's it. Yeah, that's really good. There's probably a save point down here, huh? Or is this the infamous... It is. This track is so, disturbing. Yeah, wrong way. Those things do way too much damage. Oh yeah, the Silent Hill guy. What's his name? Akira Yamaoka, that's the Silent Hill. Dang it! Friggin' bird. bombs don't mess around. They do like 5 damage. I've only got 30 hit points left. Can I do that? There we go. And then the blue crows are like complete pushovers. Oh, this needs special armor for this one. Oof, I needed that. They say halberd, but that's more of a bartachet, I think. Yeah, Death, please go check them out for me. Maybe that's what those Medusa heads are doing. They like go down and check the mail. Well, the thing about a castle like this is that you can get lost, too, right? Like, it's like, oh, did I have to turn left at the... Somehow I really like the idea of Dracula, like, working on, like, setting up the music in each of the areas of his castle. Like, okay, I want you to play this kind of music here. Oh no, this thing's gonna kill me. Maybe not. Those are the only eggs in any game ever that I've seen that take 2 hits, it feels like. There we go.
Impressive. You're very strong.
What is it you want? You didn't come here to tell me that.
You're right. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Of the Belmont clan? Of course, but...
He disappeared about a year ago, and I'm sure he's here. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
Thank you. So, you do know how to be a gentleman.
There's no bathrooms in this castle. Yeah, it's like a 3,000-year mortgage or something. It's the only way I can get the payments low enough. Well, I mean, it is a castle. There's like an accountant in one of these rooms. He's just like, yeah, I told him not to do this. Alright. I don't know if you need to go through this in order to trigger it as available, but we now have 3 teleport doors. Well, like, there's that whole scene at the start of the original Castlevania where he, like, walks up to the castle gates and he, like, stands there looking up at it. He's like, oh, I'm gonna need a whip for this. And just, like, in that scene, he could have just kept walking. Like, oh, there's a smaller castle down the street. I can go hunt vampires there. Leapstone. That's our double jump. It's really all that's there for him to do is just sit and drink wine. It was his only glass, there's no kitchen. Yeah, it was his only glass. And he's like, oh, well, back to straight from the bottle for me. And he just becomes gradually drunker as the game goes on. Where did I need a double jump? There. That's where I need... maybe? No. And the next time you see Dracula, he's like struggling with a corkscrew. It probably has something to do with his mortgage. That's the entirety of the Castlevania saga. It's a saga of fiscal irresponsibility. It's like, are you sure you want to go through this 300-year mortgage? It's like, yeah, look at this castle, it's wonderful. It's like, well, yeah, but it's a 300-year mortgage. Yeah, I'll just have some heirs. They'll take care of it, right? We'll just pass it down the line. It's like, 20 years later, no heirs. It's like, oh, I guess I gotta become immortal. I gotta figure out how to throw away my humanity for the purposes of mortgage payments. Yeah, that's it. He became a vampire to avoid the state taxes. Dang it! These tight spaces. These Medusas. Alucard's room is that, the underground pit level. Right, he just has a room in his dad's basement. Dang it. I think. Oh, dang it! Freaking holy water. That's it. There we go. No, this is never going to be up to OSHA standards. That's why there's no staff. They just have, like, harpies and skeletons. Whoa, they can do that? Dang it! Oh, water hurts like crazy in this game. There we go. Got that one. I don't remember these Medusas being such an issue in this game. There we go. That should open this up down here. They do raise a lot of questions. Ooh, steel helm, a little more defense. We'll come back. Oh, I forgot about this. Their knives come back to life. Oh my god, they do a lot of damage. And I have a dagger now. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Whew. Yeah, just let him go. It's fine. No, it's his house. I can't quite make that jump. Don't let the young master through. Right. It restores HP very slowly while walking. So you just throw axes all day? Well, it's training. Training for what? Oh, crud. I'm just gonna have to spam this boss to death. Okay. Yeah, I finished this game back. I mean, I have a copy on PS1. I played it back in the day. But I haven't played it in years, so I kind of don't remember a lot of the stuff. It's one of those games where I listen to the soundtrack more often than I play the game. One thing I have never done is, like, get the whole, like, it's like something ridiculous, like 217% or something. Well, I mean, kind of, right? Like, we find out for story reasons that the other castle's there. I can't make that jump yet. I gotta get the bat power or something, don't I? So the first time I played this game, I like got the bad ending and was like, that's weird. You know. Then after that, I figured out eventually that that wasn't the correct ending, but. I was just here, wasn't I? Well, he bought them both, but like one of them was upside down, and he's just like, I can't do anything useful. The music can never be turned off, except in certain specific rooms that rapidly become Dracula's favorite. Dracula's like, I mean, I like the music, but I've heard Dance of Pails 50 times in the last hour. Wait, is that an option? There is no option to turn off the music. Usually there is an option to turn off the music. Not so in this case. Oh, I have the double jump now, so I can go to that library again. That's the trick. Well, the save rooms are coffins, so they are appropriate for Dracula to sleep in. I guess that makes sense. It's like, no, you may not turn off this music. We won't let you. Yeah, back to the library. I imagine if they put that... are you sure you really want to turn off the best soundtrack option? That, like, somebody would be like at the start of the game, they'd be like, come on, let's not be too full of ourselves, right? And then they get into the game and they're like, okay, it is the best soundtrack. It's like they were designing the option screen, they're like, why is there no option to turn off the music? And like, the composer just walks into the room and slaps the guy. And he's like, fine. I'm sure they get really bored. Because, I mean, what are they doing other than, like, just waiting for a Belmont to show up? Getting increasingly drunk. Wait. No, not in this room. Dracula's like, no, I like visitors. Oh, there's books on both sides. That's good. Oh yeah, they would have to, right? That's a great image. Oh, mini demon. Alright, that hurts. Ugh. Oh, I don't have this thing? This game is not nearly as friendly to sequence breaking as Super Metroid is. Yeah, this whole game would never have happened if death wasn't just like, no, I'm just gonna kill you now when you're level 1. The harpies are everywhere. They're like, you know, I don't know if you've ever had like geese on your property for like, or like walk through an area where like there were a lot of geese, and they make the most horrible mess. I'm imagining the harpies being like that, only even worse. He's like, I knew I should have gotten a place that didn't have a homeowners association. Why did I let the realtor talk me into getting a place with a homeowners association? Wait, is it a flat if it's 2 stories? When I was a kid, my uncle lived in this like it wasn't quite a gated community, like, but it was like just like identical condominiums over and over again everywhere. I just remember, I just imagine like there's just like 100 identical condominiums next to each other, like little townhouses, and then there's Dracula's castle. It's just like, oh, he's gonna, yeah. There we go. Oh, this is fun. Is this the one where you have to stand here for a minute? There's one of these where you have to stand there for a second and then it, like... No? Trump didn't have to change anything except to add big gold letters with his name on it. Trump Castle, right. Am I crazy, or is... Do I just have to stand here for a few seconds? There was one of these places. There's like a... There we go, like a hidden elevator. The best Medusas. I just need a place to get away, you know? Right, there's the ferryman. And some fish. He just wants a place where people aren't going to call him the Lord of Darkness. I'm going to go this way. Yeah. Dang it! That's the... maybe. I think so. I'll need that. Oh, no, I need the clock. So this is the very silly Alucard gear. It resembles the family weaponry and stuff, but isn't. And it's not very good either. There's one trick, though, is that if you have the shield flail And it's even worse than the leather shield. Oh, an ancient ceremonial stone mask. I was just watching JoJo yesterday, actually. Wonder if that's anything to do with that. Yeah, it's so bad. Miracurus. Oh, this is the one that gets rid of stone. I should have used that in the... whatever. Wait, do I have any? No. Okay. So the trick here is that this one opens on alternate minutes. Or something like that. Yep, there it goes. Ooh, I like this track. Nope. So notice that this area is not on the map. It's like a whole level that if you get the castle map, it's just not shown. Whoa, I forgot about that. Maybe? It couldn't be two levels that close to each other, could there? I am wrong. The Colosseum, also not on the map. This area is tough. Enemies here hit hard. I may have to come back. Yeah, I'm gonna come back. These guys are fun. Yeah. This is the teleporter. I don't think I can... So this vertical shaft, I can't get up yet. But later, I will be able to. You actually get a really cool ability that's like this straight vertical jump, super fast. You get it in Circle of the Moon, too. It just looks really cool. right. So this actually is like a side area of Olrox's quarters. I forgot about that because Olrox is one of my favorite bosses in the game. Just because of the way he opens up your encounter with him. I might be able to get back into Olrox's place if I... Or... Right. So this one's broken. Go this way first. I guess I can't open that either, huh? Shoot. Oh, there's the... I didn't see it. But that's an improved shield, so that's nice. I think this leads to the church. Yeah. Oh, by the way, we've got a double jump now, so we can actually do some interesting stuff here. Ah, come on. Oh no, come on, are you kidding me? Oh, this is kind of a cool weapon. It like throws a little like nothing. But if you hit with it, it brings lightning down on the enemy. That's pretty cool. There we go. He's not too bad. There we go. Get the goggles. Turquoise. Oh, it's a morning star. Oh, that sucks. Thrown weapons are so useless in this game. Not quite, huh? I should be able to make that. Whatever. One fire. Yeah. get there yet either. Dang it. I dread the Colosseum. It's actually pretty tough. Come on! On the ballroom mask? Oh, you can... If I remember correctly, you can equip the ballroom mask right before you go talk to Maria in one of the scenes with Maria, and she'll, like, respond to you differently. Oh, for goodness sakes. Huh. Alright, we're going down. Maybe. Oh, that. Yeah, because they put the snipers in a place where you can't actually... Oh, jeez. Look at how much damage that does. Horses suck. Oh boy. No, but oh man. Owl Knights are really cool. That's that room again. I just kind of went in a big circle. But we gotta get through there. We gotta take those guys out. The weird thing about the snipers is they can't change directions. So if you can just finagle your way through. So that is the shield rod. The shield rod is a really cool item. It's a pretty decent melee weapon, but what you can do is if you use it at the same time as a shield, it gives you bonuses. Some of them are better than others. Raise your defense, basically. Okay. But if I remember correctly, it also has a... Oh, yeah, okay. I think it does something with the Alucard shield under certain conditions. I don't remember what those are at this time. But you see, it hits pretty hard. Oh yeah, that's another thing you can do with it is... I don't know what that does. Maybe it just takes out, what do you call it? That's not working yet. Gauntlet. There we go. That's what we want. Yeah, they were in a room with all the different possible sub-weapons. They just picked, like, random swords. Not even good ones. Ooh, a new cloak. Okay, so this one's cool. So the original clock cape doesn't do much, but this one, every time I take damage, I get free hearts, which is super nice in boss fights. Oh wow, look at that. It's like a friggin' minotaur or something stuck in there. Here we go. Oh, another save point. Interesting thing about that track is that it starts out really creepy and then it just becomes very like synth guitar kind of thing. It's good, but it's really weird how it changes, like, this part. It's a good intro for the track because it sets the stage for, like a creepy feel. how you take care of the Valhalla Knights. Oh, and the cool thing about the Owl Knights is that they actually have a sword. They're pretty good with it. They just don't usually get much of a chance to use it. Whew. Oh, we got this guy. There's a lot of, like, almost one-time consumable items. I don't quite understand the purpose of that, but it is what it is. Watch out for that! Dang it. Okay, we're gonna fight the boss at the Colosseum, and I think we're gonna call it a night after that. Or not night, but call it a day. Because this is gonna be one of the important story points. And so we'll finish on a high note. Library card. Last chance.
Who are you? Open Hell's Gate. Come forth, my servants. The scent of your blood. You're a Belmont. Crush this flea who invades my castle.
Come on. They do a lot of damage. Pretty sure you can.
I'm certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
Yeah, Dracula had no idea. But this is a very nice item. Form of Mist. And so it chews up a lot of magic, and you can't stay mist for very long. But it allows us to get through stuff like that. Which I'll have to remember where it is. Well, like I said, we're gonna call it here. Probably play some more of this some other time. Because I have indeed enjoyed this. So final. Alright, well this will do it. Thank you very much for watching. And, yeah, I enjoyed this, so maybe we'll play some more of this sometime soon. See ya!